Hey coin collectors, today we've got a treat for you two of the ultra rare US 1 cent coins that have made history and left collectors in awe. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting into the hobby, these coins are absolute treasures. Let's dive into the full details of their value and incredible history. 2009 Liberty 1 cent. First, let's talk about why the 2009 penny is so special. In 2009, the United States Mint celebrated the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. To honor this milestone, 4 unique reverse designs were released, each depicting a different stage of Lincoln's life. These 4 designs tell the story of Lincoln's life. Birth and early childhood in Kentucky, 1809 to 1816. This design shows a log cabin representing Lincoln's humble beginnings. Formative years in Indiana, 1816 to 1830, depicts a young Lincoln taking a break from splitting rails to read, symbolizing his self-education. Professional life in Illinois, 1830 to 1861, shows Lincoln as a young adult standing in front of the Illinois state capitol, signifying his career as a lawyer and statesman. Presidency in Washington, D.C. 1861 to 1865 depicts the partially completed U.S. Capitol dome, symbolizing the nation during Lincoln's presidency and the Civil War. Now, let's talk about how these coins were made. The 2009 Lincoln cents were struck in 2 different compositions, a standard zinc-coated copper version and a special edition made of 95% copper, which was released in special coin sets. These coins were minted in large numbers at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. The coins without a mint mark were minted in Philadelphia, those with a D were minted in Denver, and the proof coins with an S mint mark came from San Francisco. Each one has its own level of rarity and value. All right, now to the part everyone's waiting for, the value. While these coins are common in circulation, the condition and rarity of certain variations can make them more valuable. In circulated condition, most 2009 Lincoln cents aren't worth more than face value, just 1 cent. But when you find one in uncirculated condition, the value can go up. Here's a breakdown. In MS65 condition, the zinc versions are worth around 30 to 50 cents. The 95% copper versions found in special mint sets can be worth between $2 to $5 in the same condition. And proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, especially those graded PR70, can fetch $20 to $30 or more, depending on the demand. But it gets better. Certain error coins and low mintage variations can be even more valuable. Some examples include die cracks or die clashes. If you spot any unusual lines or markings on the coin, it could be a mint error and significantly increase the coin's value. Double die, look closely at Lincoln's face or the lettering. A double die error could be worth $50 to several $100s depending on the severity of the doubling. So what should you look for in your pocket change or collection? First, pay close attention to the condition. Finding one in mint or near mint condition can boost its value. Next, keep an eye out for any unusual markings, errors, or double dies. Finally, consider getting your coins graded by a professional service if you think you've got something special. To recap, the 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial 1 cent coin is not just a historical piece celebrating Abraham Lincoln's life, but it also holds potential value for collectors. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this penny could be a valuable addition to your collection. 1809 1 cent. The 1809 Lincoln 1 cent coin. We're talking about its history, key details, and most importantly, its value. So if you're curious about this little copper treasure, keep watching. Before we jump into the details, it's important to mention that the 1809 Lincoln 1 cent coin doesn't technically exist, but hold on, don't click away just yet. There's a bit of confusion here. The first Lincoln cent was actually introduced in 1909, not 1809. What you're probably referring to is either an early 1 cent piece from 1809 or the very first Lincoln cent from 1909. Let's quickly clear up the difference. In 1809, the U.S. Mint was producing what we call the classic head large cent. This was part of the early copper coinage series, predating the famous Lincoln cent by a whole century. The classic head cent was designed by John Reich, featuring Lady Liberty with curly hair on the obverse and a wreath on the reverse with the denomination 1 cent surrounded by United States of America. These coins were much larger than the modern penny, measuring about 29 millimeters in diameter, almost the size of today's half dollar. Fast forward to 1909 and we see the introduction of the Lincoln cent to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first time a U.S. coin featured a president's face. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic penny shows Lincoln's profile on the obverse and 2 wheat ears on the reverse, earning it the nickname Wheat Penny. One fun fact, the early 1909 Lincoln cents came in 2 varieties, the 1909 Lincoln cent and the 1909 SVDB Lincoln cent. Coins with VDB Brenner's initials on the reverse are considered more valuable today, especially the 1909S variety. Now let's talk about value. The 1809 classic head large cent, depending on the coin's condition, it can be worth anywhere from $40 for a well-worn piece to upwards of $3,000 or more for one in excellent condition. Factors that affect the value include the coin's grading rarity and any minting errors. The 1909 Lincoln cent, if you have a regular 1909 Lincoln penny, it's generally worth between $1 and $20 depending on its condition. But if you're lucky enough to own a 1909 SVDB penny, you're in for a treat. In lower grades, this coin can start around $700, while those in pristine condition can fetch up to $10,000 or more. Condition and rarity are key when determining the value of both coins, so if you have one, it might be worth getting it graded by a professional service. And let's not forget about errors. Coin collectors love errors, and they can significantly increase a coin's value. For example, if you find a 1909 Lincoln cent with a misstrike or double die, it can be worth much more than its regular counterparts. Always keep an eye out for these unique variations when examining your collection.